Logan Paul is bad for business. Let's talk about it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So Monday Night RAW is come and gone, and there is a lot to talk about today. Specifically, what's going on with Logan Paul, assumably joining the Vision. Now, we started Monday Night Raw off on a great note. We had CM Punk walking out as the World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, he defeated Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event to become the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. But we had a little bit of a tease at the very beginning of the show. You had Logan Paul interrupt CM Punk, presumably to be the next opponent in line for that World Heavyweight Championship. But when the Vision came out and attacked CM Punk, what happened? Well, Logan Paul looked like he had a little bit of a hesitation, ran back into the ring to help CM Punk. And I think Logan Paul may have gotten the very first cheers of his entire career when that happened. Now, they were teasing a little bit of a face, a little bit of a baby face in there for Logan Paul. Obviously, he is a mega heel. I think he does a fantastic job as a heel. I think he does a fantastic job as a heel. He does incredible heel work. He just fits naturally with that role in WWE. And we're going to talk about that in just 1 second. But I do want to ask you guys the question first. Do you think this was a smart move or a bad move as far as trying to insert Logan Paul into the World Heavyweight Championship title picture immediately as CM Punk's #1 defense? Now, we don't know if this is going to be the case. We're going to be having to watch next week and the weeks to follow. I'm assuming leading up to Survivor Series. However, I think it's very important to note what Logan Paul's trajectory has been in WWE thus far. I mean, he's been in there with the top dogs in the business. I mean, John Cena twice during this farewell tour, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. He has literally been in the ring and had matches with the best of the best. AJ Styles. So they have really put him in a position to kind of make him this, the next regime, right, of the young up-and-coming talent. But do you guys think that this will eventually pay off with the fans? Do you think people will eventually buy in to Logan Paul as a WWE superstar? Now, me personally, I have gained respect for Logan Paul and his admiration to the craft for continuing to do this when he doesn't need to, right, guys? Like, this man is rich, and yet he still puts his body on the line. Granted, he's not here every week, so that's a major knock for Logan Paul currently, is that he's just not putting in those repetitions week in and week out like the full-time superstars do. But I can't understand the hate as far as saying that he's not a WWE superstar yet, when the guy has proven over time that he is fully capable of having great matches. Right? That's just the bottom line. He is fully capable of having great matches, and he's just a great heel. You may not like his character, but to say that he hasn't put in the work to actually become a WWE superstar, to me, I can't say that. I can't believe that. I think he's done a fantastic job in his role, right? This is the role that he's been given, and he's excelled at it. So I think we have to give credit to that. However, is it bad business to insert him into this group as the Vision? Now, I've been pretty vocal from day one that the Vision did not need to have Braun Breaker in this group. Braun Breaker is going to be a mega star out on his own. So why did they need to insert him into the group with Seth and Bronson Reed? I think this gives Bronson Reed a great opportunity coming off of that whole War Games injury a year or two back now. So I think for him, this was a perfect pairing. But now you're adding another element. Obviously, Seth Rollins is going to be on the shelf for what seems like it's going to be a long time with that shoulder surgery. Positioning Logan Paul in this group is smart as far as what they're trying to do with the group and making it this mega heel faction. And it makes sense as far as a War Games picture. I think the other, pieces that could be added to this War Games faction now is going to be Brock Lesnar. And then potentially one more piece in there, right? To make it a 5v5 War Games match. So that's going to be an interesting development to see who else is going to pair up with this group. But is this what people want to see right now? Now, we don't know how long of a reign CM Punk is going to have. So my whole point is if this is just a War Games development, makes sense, and I'm okay with it. But as far as making this, if it goes the direction of a CM Punk versus Logan Paul, is this really what people want to see? Is it good for business or is it bad for business? I think it was an excellent execution last night, teasing the whole Logan Paul actually being a good guy for once and helping CM Punk in the moment in the beginning of the show, and then having him turn and stick the knife right in his back at the end of the show. I think that was a brilliant move. I think that just really kind of put the cherry right on top, especially positioning him with Paul Heyman. That's the main piece here, is positioning a guy like Logan Paul with a Paul Heyman. I think can be a incredibly valuable asset to him to gain this knowledge and to help him kind of, not necessarily find his way. Again, I think he's done a fantastic job in the role that he's been given. But I think pairing anybody up with a Paul Heyman is just going to elevate that person so much further than where they could possibly even get onto their own. Just look what Paul Heyman did for Roman Reigns. He made Roman Reigns a megastar. Roman Reigns was the guy. They wanted him to be the guy. But before Paul Heyman, the fans rejected Roman Reigns. Maybe positioning Paul Heyman with Logan Paul is just that next step to get Logan Paul to where he needs to be. I think this has the potential to make something really good out of this faction with the unfortunate circumstances that we are currently in with the whole Seth Rollins injury. So I do think that this is a pretty interesting, direction they're going with the whole vision. But let me ask you guys, do you think this is just a play for War Games? Or do you think this is actually trying to set up an actual 1v1 Logan Paul versus CM Punk for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? The other important factor I want to mention from Monday Night Raw and this whole Vision group is that you kind of have major hotheads brewing as far as positioning Braun Breaker as the guy, right? But yet you have Bronson Reed always going to be taking a back seat to Braun Breaker and now Logan Paul, right? So obviously they're planting seeds here as well for eventually down the line, Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker turning on each other, splitting up the group, doing something along those lines. So it's going to be fun these next couple weeks until Survivor Series to kind of see how this group progresses with the addition of Logan Paul. And is Logan Paul really in the group? Right? We know what happened on TV. It's a hint. They never embraced, right? Logan and Paul Heyman never embraced. He gave him the brass knucks, gave him a look, said, hey, I made my choice. But are they going to accept him into the group? So I really am interested to know what you guys' thoughts and opinions are down below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about Logan Paul as a WWE superstar in general. I'm curious. We're building a community here. I'm curious to what your thoughts are going to be on this whole dynamic, positioning Logan Paul into this group. So let me know if it was a W or an L in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you guys like the video, share the content, and subscribe to this channel. We are only getting started over here at Wrestle Whispers. I plan on making full breakdowns other types of content, as you guys already see, as well as the pack openings that I know that a lot of you have enjoyed. So please just stay tuned to the channel for so much more content still to come. Thank you guys for the support, and I'm out. Peace.